Throw a rock into a pond, ripples fade away.
Hello, welcome back, YouTube. I am Lance, if you're new here, and today I've been getting a lot of stuff just the last couple days on this Ezra Miller. The only thing I know about Ezra Miller is that he's always at the Met Gala. So I don't even know. Apparently, with some of these thumbnails, he's done The Flash. And that's about it. I have no idea who this man is. So let's find out what's going on, because there's a lot of stuff going on with this person. And I'm going to check the latest video. Okay, we'll check out this other video too. But let's check out Ezra Miller on the run, deletes Instagram after mocking authorities searching for them. What is going on?
The Flash's Ezra Miller deletes Instagram after posting memes mocking court's attempt to find them.
Them being plural.
Them.
Two people. Two people.
Maybe
he has someone under his custody. Okay, two people, multiple.
In his
them.
custody.
Them is plural, you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't get it.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, the people
a lot of people didn't get that.
The people in this article are not referring to them, the plural. They're referring to them, his pronouns.
But
Are we sure?
are referring
Yes.
to them.
Yes. So,
Ezra Miller and Tokata Iron Eyes.
yes.
Okay?
Are on the
That's
run.
who we're referring to, just so everyone's clear.
They're destroying language. Like, this is crazy we even have to have this conversation.
Right? Like, the fact that we're arguing about it is, like, pissing me off.
I was an English professor.
Oh, man, that's going to be
And
doubly
we have-
as
we've
insulting to you.
destroyed the language. It doesn't make any sense anymore.
Ezra Miller is continuing his descent into supervillainhood, where he's literally becoming his own supervillain character in a very weird and hilarious way.
Yeah.
And what's going on right now is basically he's on the run from the authorities, and he deleted his Instagram and said basically, well, we'll get into it. I put a couple of the stories that he has now since deleted in the thumbnail.
What the fuck is going on with this? He's on the... You're a big time actor and you think you can just run from authority? Oh, okay. This what the fuck have I been? What the fuck is it?
But a couple of them read real creepy, like real creepy.
Yeah.
So it says, the Flash star, Ezra Miller, deletes their Instagram account after posting a string of memes mocking legal authorities who are looking for the actor. Remember, actors also now, they've, you no longer can genderize. Is genderize a word that doesn't sound
It is
good?
now.
It is.
It can be.
Gender is a verb now.
Look what they did to them.
Yeah.
You can do it.
You no longer call them actors and actresses. It's just actors.
So I find this paragraph offensive then for saying actor.
Yes.
We should write out to Brad Lang.
No, they want this. They want this. They don't like the term actress. They find it demeaning. So it says, Ezra Miller deleted their Instagram account after posting a variety of memes taunting authorities who are actively searching for the actor after they were accused of manipulating and grooming an underage fan. Because this is like what normal people do.
Oh my God. We have another Onision. Jesus Christ, you're grooming. See, this is the reason why you should never always romanticize and always look up to these Hollywood types anymore. Ever, actually, because it's been going on since forever in Hollywood. Jesus Christ. This is the reason why I stopped think they're so cool. This is the reason why I stopped doing acting class, because I realized how fucked they are.
When stuff like this happens, they mock people.
I think he was forced to delete his Instagram after.
You think it was I think Warner Brothers who did this?
Yeah, I think his studio saw that he was doing this and was like, "Hey, here's this clause in our contract that says you can't do this and this and this on social media."
Yep.
Delete it, delete them or delete your account.
So we're gonna look at some of these images here. Here's the first one. It says, "You cannot touch me. I am in another universe." Oh boy. Message from another dimension. This is the one that creeped me out. Yeah, it looks like a note for somebody who's about to commit self-deletion.
May I?
You may.
I am shielded from negative people and their ill intent. My spirit, mind, body, soul, and success are not altered by anyone's envy. I am protected from all negative people attempt to throw at me illegible writing before people, so we don't know what that was. Subconsciously and consciously, I clear any and all hidden peers who are hidden enemies.
Oh, NRG is supposed to be energy, right? Negative energy.
Negative energy people attempt to throw at me.
Like I said, this is completely
I
normal.
hate when negative people try to tear me and my teenage girlfriend apart, who I met when she was 12 and I was 23. They're so negative.
I tried to get
12 years old. 12 years old. 12 years old.
Such ill intent. They're so jealous of our love.
Just because I tried to get into a bed with her when she was 14 does not mean
gave her LSD
and gave
alcohol.
her drugs and alcohol does not mean that I, Ezra Miller, am a bad person.
LSD.
It
You were just trying to vibe.
It means that I am misunderstood.
And he hit us up with this beautiful Pinterest poem. So we absolve him of everything.
Looks like
I do
someone
love
from
the idea
Zodiac
that he
Killer.
deletes all his social medias, but they end up catching him because he's still got a Pinterest profile. Like
He just
somewhere,
can't help but pin it to his
and
wall.
some really gifted Fed organizer is just like, well, he looks like that type who would be on Pinterest.
Right.
I love that one of them says, it's like a meme, and it's like me remembering how I was nice when I should have said, who the F do you think you're talking to? Bro, I don't think you are nice, though.
He's not.
No.
You literally physically
They're not.
attack people who are not interacting with you
I'm fairly
at all.
certain his PR team is Martin Shkreli. Remember that guy?
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
This is how
Boy,
he's
have
acting.
That is an interesting story.
It's a tale for
Pretty
another
sure.
day.
It's another episode. People, headache, me. So he is. I don't even know how to describe it, other than the fact that he's literally taunting people and saying, "Hey, look, I'm doing something morally reprehensible. Why don't you just deal with it?"
I don't even know what to say now because he is so like clearly detached from reality.
Yeah, he is.
He needs help.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
don't
a
give
downward
social
spiral.
media and power and money also to people who can't handle it.
Yep.
He's one of them.
So it says Miller is reportedly hiding from the law enforcement officers after Chase, Iron Eyes, and Sarah Jumping Eagle were granted a protective order against the Flash star on behalf of their 18-year-old child, Dakota Iron Eyes. We all watched the video where it looks like she's like hostage and says like, "I'm fine."
Are we
This is
weirded out
fine."
by the language 18-year-old child?
I am. I do think that's if we didn't know, like I said,
Well, it's technically in reference to her parents. That is their child.
their 18-year-old
Okay.
child.
And
okay, the there is throwing me off.
Yeah.
I see.
right.
So
yeah.
this is one of those things, like when the Marilyn Manson thing came up with Evan Rachel Wood, and they were like you groomed a 19-year-old.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know if you can really groom somebody who's already a legal adult when you met them.
Right.
But he did not meet her when she was 19 years old.
Well,
He met
yeah,
her when she was 12.
met her when she was
That
12
is
and has been communicating with her ever since. So
I feel like I'm going nuts continuing to talk about this and wondering why
But
Warner Brothers isn't doing
every
anything.
tweet I see about it is like, hey, why is no one talking about this? Because it's true. Like, it feels like the story is getting...
Okay, I'm seeing something over here. What is this? What is this? Takada, that's what they say. Takada appeared to defend Miller, claiming that their father is transphobic. There. Let's post it on Instagram. Jason is jumping. So they're Native American. I'm so Keep on going.
Pressed.
The only people that are talking about it are the same people we would already be listening to and watching.
And are they doing the thing that we always say is like the correct PR move, which is to ignore, when like in all the other situations we've said you should ignore controversy, it's over like you made this comment that isn't PC. It's not like you abducted a child. Like that's when you actually have something to apologize for, but
grooming and then on the run. It's insane.
I also want to point out that we looked at this old article that kind of, we already knew all this, but it says Ezra Miller
how
reportedly
could we have possibly predicted that this person is unstable?
Frequent meltdowns while filming The Flash. To me, it seems like somebody who is clearly, if not drug-induced, could be an explanation as to why it's more it's seeming to be a more frequent problem in his mid-20s, and that it wasn't an issue maybe when he was younger, or he's just they them person is just not a good person and is being very rude in his behavior by
trans
manipulating and taking advantage of children and then bragging about it.
Yeah.
Mixed together.
Yeah.
There's a lot of definitely mental.
Plus, this is the thing. Why do we have to like blame?
Okay, I don't know about the whole trans thing, but I know this is mental illness right here. You can't be just snatching somebody up and then just like duck out. Especially if you're a high-profile actor. That's crazy. That is absolutely like what there's disassociation going on here. I don't know. And no one can find this guy. You can find, well, hell, no one found Jimmy Hoffa. So, but they sure enough found Saddam Hussein. But they can't find this actor. He can't be that goddamn fucking clever. It's not like the Zodiac Killer or something they could never find. Jesus Christ.
Everything on something when like clearly this person is in the wrong. It doesn't matter why they did it. Why you befriended it.
Whoa. I'm so glad they moved down here. Okay. This isn't the first time Miller has sparked controversy. This is all the stuff that's new to me. The actor made headlines in early this year after they were arrested twice in Hawaii for harassing and assault. Despite the actor's recent actions, Warner Brothers insists that it has no plans to remove Miller from the role of Barry Allen of the DC extension. See, they tie up so much money on these actors, and this is crazy. And he's been assaulting people and harassing people in Hawaii early this year. Are you bloody serious?
12-year-old and then communicated with them for 6 years.
And nobody's talking about it, like you said.
It doesn't matter why you did it, but nobody is talking about the fact that you did that.
I haven't been following this closely. Did they just find out about the 6 years of talking to this person, or like
the protective order was filed recently, so that's why people brought it up.
But it's been about 2 weeks of this now, right?
Yeah.
Since we've started covering this.
And it
looking for
feels
him
like
for
the
2
story
weeks.
isn't being given the attention it deserves.
Right.
And instead we're talking about like Ryan Gosling is too old to be Ken. Like whatever.
He looks great as Ken.
Actually, Mary has a problem with his hair color in the movie.
No, it's not his age. Yeah, it's that they gave him bleach blonde hair, which Ken never had. His hair was medium brown. But as I was just saying, The Flash. Why is this person being...
Thank you.
Is it
if they don't pull the movie, he's going to be given even more power and money and ability to do literally whatever he wants. Like, when you get bored, like, the level of boredom that when you have unlimited resources and time and money, you get up to doing some evil things.
American Psycho.
Despite the protective order filed by the courts, authorities have yet to pin down Miller's location, and he's got all the money in the world, I'm sure, to be able to evade and then taunt people while evading them. Miller moves around so much.
Freeze his assets. Freeze his account. He can't go fucking nowhere then. Come on. We can't do nothing about it. What the fuck is going on with this world? We're just going into a recession. We have some bullshit going down on YouTube. This is going on. This is nonsense. We have a war we're about to go with, we're helping with in the Ukraine with Russia. I live in Florida. There's about to probably be hurricanes running down here like Speedy Gonzales. What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
We're stuck in this legal limbo situation, and we can't serve them in any place they're in long enough, Chase Iron Eyes said.
This should be up to the FBI
at this point.
Like, he is crossing state lines and international lines, by the way, with this person ever since they were 12.
Technically, they wouldn't be able to prove, all they'd be able to prove is that she's a legal adult now, and they won't be able to stop her from spending time
with
him.
It's like, why did the parents wait this long
6 years
anyway
to do this?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
She dropped out of high school at 17,
Yep.
so they didn't decide to do that anything then.
She was going to a private school too. It's not like she was like she was.
Her parents are very involved.
Yeah, like she had her parents were activists as well.
Yeah.
And got her involved in this from a very young age. They're saying like she met Greta Thunberg at the age of when like in like 2019.
They're both
She met
child
Greta.
environment activists.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
So it says they've been avoiding service, and now there's public pressure mounting on them to make a decision, which makes us very concerned about Ezra's volatile behavior. This isn't the first time that Miller has sparked controversy. The actor made headlines in early 2022 after they were arrested twice in Hawaii for harassment and assault. Don't forget the 2020 incident when he chokeslammed the woman in Iceland.
That's when it all began.
really start
in the public eye.
Despite the actor's recent actions, Warner Brothers insists that it has no plans to remove Miller from the role of Barry.
Okay, let's look at this other. Okay, this is probably much what they're going to be talking about with this subject. Let me see about this other article I saw. What is this from 45 minutes ago? Okay, let's check this one out.
Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a good day. So, another story of allegations against Ezra Miller has come out. Another one. This man is seriously twisted to the point where he definitely most likely needs jail and prison. And most likely protective custody, because these kind of charges come with a very
another allegation,
ingrained animosity from other people.
Okay, holy fuckballs. What the Jesus H. Christ is going on here? Let's see here. Let's check this timeline of Ezra Miller scandal. Okay, let's check this out. Maybe there's a little timeline so I can get a little bit more context of what's going on here. Because this is...
Ezra Miller has been arrested again in Hawaii, and I still don't see any sign of Hollywood executives cutting them off from their future projects. Just a few weeks after already getting in trouble with the police, Ezra was arrested again, but this time it was for second-degree battery after they allegedly threw a chair at a woman. According to the Hawaii police, Ezra became irate after being asked to leave a get-together at a private residence. The 29-year-old then decided that they were going to Steve Wilkos the whole shebang, so they just grabbed a chair and launched it into the air, which ended up hitting a 26-year-old woman in the head. Nothing flashy about that, folks. Police were then called to the property in Pahoa on Hawaii's Big Island. They apparently arrived in the early hours of Tuesday morning following the report that Ezra had attacked someone yet again. Miller was then taken into police custody at 1:30 a.m. after being located on a road during a traffic stop, although they were later released following a pending further investigation. In a statement to the press, the Hawaii Police Department said, "Shortly after 1 a.m. on Tuesday, April 19th, 2022, a 29-year-old visitor from Vermont was arrested for second-degree battery after an incident at a residence in Pahoa. During the course of their investigation, police determined that the individual, later identified as Ezra Miller, became irate after being asked to leave and reportedly threw a chair, striking a 26-year-old female on the forehead, resulting in an approximate half-inch cut. The female victim refused treatment for her injury. And the statement then goes on to say, Miller, who identifies as they, them, was subsequently arrested at 1:30 a.m. for battery in the second degree after being located on the roadway during a traffic stop at the intersection of Highway 130 and Kakula Street in Kiao. After conferring with the county prosecutor's office at 4:05 a.m. on Tuesday morning, Miller was released pending further investigation. This is an active investigation. And as I mentioned earlier, this arrest comes just a few weeks after Ezra was already arrested for disorderly conduct and harassment in Hilo. Just after midnight at a bar in Hawaii, Ezra allegedly flipped out over bar patrons singing karaoke. As per the Hawaii Police Department, they said, during the course of their investigation, police determined that the man, later identified as Ezra Miller, became agitated while patrons at the bar began singing karaoke. Miller began yelling obscenities and at one point grabbed the microphone from a 23-year-old woman singing karaoke, which would be the disorderly conduct offense, and later lunged at a 32-year-old man playing darts, which would be the harassment offense. The bar owner asked Miller to calm down several times, but to no avail. Now, this was just the tipping point, but according to police, they have been having many issues with Ezra prior to this even. Not only were they arrested for the karaoke bar dispute, but cops were also called for another disturbance just weeks prior to this. In a video shot earlier this month, you could see Ezra being denied entry at a bar with a female employee actually physically preventing Ezra from going inside the Chinatown area bar. According to a witness, the confrontation took place after Ezra was kicked out of a different bar across the street. Things ended up getting so heated between Ezra and the female staff member that the police were immediately called in. And again, according to witnesses, more than half a dozen officers showed up. In another video, Miller could also be seen speaking with the police before they politely asked them to leave the area. Law enforcement sources also said that Ezra was given a trespass warning but was not arrested. Now, on top of all of that, 2 Hawaii residents have actually filed a temporary restraining order even against Ezra, claiming that the actor had and threatened them as well. According to the complaint, they claim that Miller actually busted into their bedroom and threatened them, saying, "I will bury you and your wife." As per the court documents obtained by Associated Press, Ezra was accused of also stealing some of the alleged victim's personal belongings, which included a wallet and a passport. The document goes on to say, "The respondent is famous and wealthy. This makes access to weapons much easier, as well as sending associates to harass the petitioner." And the actor had apparently been staying at the couple's hostel while in Hawaii and has been the source of 10 police calls since arriving in Hilo on March 7th. Hawaii Police Assistant Chief on the Big Island said that there have been incidents of Ezra even filming people at a gas station, refusing to leave the sidewalk area of a restaurant, and just arguing with people in general. Hours after being arrested and then released on a $500 bail, police had to escort Miller off of the Hilo property where they were staying after a resident called the police asking for advice about removing 2 house guests from his property.
In case you don't know who Ezra Miller is, he is an actor who stars in the Fantastic Beasts franchise and is also in Flash. Ezra has been getting into quite a lot of mischief in the last few months, but I think this one takes the cake. The actor is being accused of an 18-year-old activist for the last 6 years. Yikes. Takata Iron Eyes is the name of an 18-year-old activist whose parents and attorney have claimed that Miller has been controlling and manipulating since they met in 2016. Apparently, Miller took an immediate inappropriate liking to their daughter at 12, giving her illicit and exhibited a pattern of corrupting a mother. If Miller is an activist himself and interested in climate change, then okay, the connection kind of makes sense, but still, when she was 12, he was 23, so it's understandable that a friendship would be a little sus in today's day and age. Not impossible for it to be completely platonic and a loving friendship, but understandable that it would be alarming. Chase and Sarah, Takata's parents, have reported that Miller offered to pay for Takata to attend college at 16 at Bard College in Massachusetts. But apparently, Miller then used it against her to create a sense of indebtedness. Allegedly, Takata dropped out of school in December and traveled to Miller's home in Vermont in January. Takata didn't have a license, bank cards, or keys and was unable to leave. Allegedly, Miller was preventing Takata from leaving. Eventually, Takata came home to detox, only to leave again and travel to New York, then Los Angeles, and then Hawaii with Miller. What's not helping Miller's case is that he has been arrested on 2 accounts in Hawaii in the last few months, one for second-degree and the second for a fight at the bar. Takata's parents are very worried for their daughter's mental and physical safety and have said, when referring to Miller, he has displayed signs of, quote, cult-like and psychologically manipulative, controlling behavior. He uses violence, intimidation, threat of violence, fear, paranoia, delusions, and to hold sway over the young adolescent Takata. Takata, now 18 and considered an adult, wrote a response to the allegations on Instagram, but the fishy thing is, Takata's parents have suggested that they don't have a phone and that this statement most likely wasn't written by them. But all I have to say to that is, Ezra Miller has money, so he could have bought Takata a phone. So I don't know if I personally believe that comment. Takata allegedly wrote this in a post in response. Quote, I dropped out of BARD 5 months ago. My friend and comrade William passed shortly thereafter. My mind was incredibly impacted and I've needed space and time for the processing of grief. My comrade Ezra Miller, for the entirety of the aforementioned era, has only provided loving support and invaluable protection throughout this period of loss. My father and his allegations hold no weight and are frankly transphobic and based in the notion that I am somehow incapable of coherent thought or opposing opinions to those of my own, kindred worrying about my well-being. I am now aware of the severity of emotional and psychological manipulation I was made to endure while in my parents' home. I am an adult and I deserve to feel authority in my own body. I am tired of wondering whether or not the cops will show up to sanction me on a daily basis. I have decided upon a therapist and am excited to engage in conversation with a mental health professional about my anxiety and probable depression. It is no one's business. My choices are my own. And as to the nature of
What's up, everybody? It's the Chainsmokers. Come celebrate the new release of our album, So Far So Good, on our Discord. Join the community.
If you shop on Amazon, you should use
Jesus
this tool.
Christ, there's two
It's
of
a
them.
browser extension that
police intervention, in my case, it is unnecessary and it is a waste of time and resource. This bout of blatant betrayal and toxicity my parents and others have chosen to punish me with has been desperately embarrassing and traumatically life-altering. Relationships in my life have been grossly affected, some detrimentally so. This behavior is unacceptable and needs to be called out. Ezra Miller has not commented on the situation at the moment, which could mean many things. Perhaps he's laying very low because this is a horrible story in the press. Or perhaps he's guilty, or he's not, and he's been advised that it's safer to not comment. Will this turn into another defamation case like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard? I kinda hope so, because if this isn't true, then this is extremely defaming for the young actor in his prime years. But if it is, perhaps he may need some help. I guess only time will reveal the truth. If there's anything I've learned recently, it's the importance of innocent until proven guilty. The truth will prevail.
An 18-year-old North Dakota teen's parents have obtained a protective order against Ezra Miller.
Okay.
But law...
All right. I mean, wow. Well, this is a hell of a situation. Jesus Christ. All right, leave in the comments below what you think about this. This is crazy. I didn't know anything about this until just, was it yesterday? Like I said, it just started popping up on my recommended. And it's been going on, what they said this one video, about 2 weeks now, and I just learned about this, so this is crazy. I guess because I've been watching so much Amber Heard and Johnny Depp stuff, that's been that kind of monopolized my feeds until just recently, and now this has come up. So yeah, leave in the comments below what you think about this. I don't know. It doesn't look good for him. It doesn't sound right. He needs to, it sounds like he needs some help. That's definitely, he needs some help. I think there's a lot of disassociation. Actors are known to be kind of delusional, not really in the moment. So, I don't know. This is crazy. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Talk to you later. Bye.